Should probably say that I am streaming on Twitch. Okay. I think we already deleted it. No, we didn't. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Courier solicited. Delete that. I don't think there was a payment intent made. Okay. Never mind. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. So that's clear. That's clear. Oh yeah, that refresh. Delete that. Refresh. I feel like we should be good for now. Delete that. Okay. And then we should be okay. Hey, observer. All right, so now go back to beach delivery customer. We got to launch some backend services. We can launch this account. We can launch the event log service. We can launch courier service. We can launch shopping cart service. We can launch bank card transaction service. We can launch courier dispatch service. We can launch delivery request service. And we can launch, this should be, I think that's it for right now. The beachdelivery.courier app. We should be able to launch this now. These are the services in here. Periodically check my messages. Okay. Android device manager, kill you. This courier app. What I want to do, it's whenever I register a courier, it's creating two courier entries, and one of which the partition key is an integer, the other one is a GUID, and I want the GUID part. The only reason why it was an integer earlier was because I was using eventstore.org implementation, and they don't have the implementation for Azure. And so I went ahead and built an Azure event store. So that Azure event store is essentially on my GitHub. It can be found give me a second. Repositories. Type should be public. Yeah, so this is this Azure event store is this right here. So this is the port of eventstore.org. That's interesting. Why does the website look like that? Why does the website look like that? You know, something's not right with their website, or maybe some security. Anyway, beachdelivery.courier is still building, right? We need to launch this app. Looks like it's this right here. Yeah, I was supposed to uninstall the app. Go back for a second. Launch. First of all, let's kill you for a second, and let's uninstall beachdelivery.android. Sure, why not? But more importantly, let's uninstall beachdelivery.courier app. Okay. Let's make sure that our courier is not showing up in here. It is. Okay. Delete applicant. Make sure that's not showing up, and we're good. Okay. Launch this again. And what else do I need to do? For right now, for this courier app, I just want to figure out where that code is. Where it is. app.xamarin.cs. Uh-oh. Go back. New courier. Where's the code? Why is this scroll not working? Get applicant, and then courier exists, and courier ID. Publish device info. Courier ID, status requests. Get applicant. That's this right here. I'm trying to. I'm not seeing it yet. If we go to this over here, say allow, and this should, maybe I have to launch this twice or something, which is another bug. Yeah, that's another bug. If I relaunch this application, it's going to go to the registration page. Meanwhile, I'm still looking for the code where it actually saves. Not seeing it yet. Maybe it's account. This account data gateway. Query application status. Okay. Okay. Let's get status. This right here. Let's get you registered. Say okay. And say first name Scott. Nimrod. 555 ABC at abc.com. abc@abc.com. And say register. Okay. Thank you for applying. We'll respond to you soon. Okay. Your application is pending review. All right. No comments. So then I'll launch the admin app. And let's check our Windows storage and see. We know we have our applicant in. Well, it's going to be saved as an event store. All right, so there's no couriers in here. There's no applicants in here. If we look at our stream, our event stream, then this is our event stream. That applicant ID 1 is what I'm after. It should be but then we have a courier ID that's in here that was created. Anyways, here's our admin app. This was our courier app. You would think that the admin app would load pending review. The item should show up in here. Say view. Say, all right, when I say approve, let me go to the admin app before I post approve. Approve applicant by admin. And that's an account service. If I go to my account service, approve applicant by admin, we post the event store, and then we do an add a sync. That's what I'm interested in over here. So let's go ahead and do an approve. That should trigger the breakpoint. Step into that. And I am going to run that. Applicant ID is 1. And like I said, let's see if we have anything in our, nothing in here yet. Couriers, nothing in there yet. And so then we have over here, create entity. the applicant, step into that. Then step in here, and it's going to create that applicant right there. All right. So this isn't what I want. If I go back, courier should still be empty, but applicant is now in here as one, which I really want that to be a GUID. And I'm going to step over that, go back, okay, couriers, okay, and then step out of that as well. Okay, and so we create this thing called a track courier now. And this is where we are preparing to create our courier right there. The track courier, yeah, this is it right here. And so, yes, I see it now. So then we say update, and then it's going to say table exists, and then row key is this right here. Okay. And so you go ahead and you go through the motions. That's fine, delivery admin. We don't need you anymore. Let me check to see if I have no messages. All right, so what do I want to do? What I want to do is I need to get rid of that integer as a admin ID and make it a GUID. To accomplish that, all that code was invoked by the admin, right? And so this approve applicant by admin function was in the account service, which is this right here. And if I go back over here, I want to basically, there should be there's registration submitted, registration.fs. Here's an apply, dependencies that apply. All right, so and that dependencies that apply there should be a data gateway here that should expose and apply, which it does. And account service register function, right? If we go to account service register function, which is this right here, then we have this applicant that we call register applicant, and then we call publish registration, and this is where we get the one being the ID. Okay, got it. Got it. So this is no longer relevant because now we're using Azure row key, which could be a string, whereas the event store, before I swapped it with Azure, you can only have an integer. So when we say registered applicant assign ID, we don't even care about this stuff anymore. I'm going to comment it out first. First, let me kill the courier stuff. The admin should be dead. All right, cool. And so this is no longer relevant. Okay. We don't care about the applicant count. We say assign ID. If we go there, then applicant ID and a string. What we really want to do is we want to get rid of this, and we just want to say for this ID, it's just GUID new GUID, like that. Okay, that should be enough, unless it's a string. Oh yeah, so then we could just pipe that into a string, right? Like that. That should be okay. And so we can then get rid of you. Okay. That stuff should line up now. Yeah, that should be it. We can bring you back like that. Okay. Just over here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we should be able to relaunch this service. Then go back to this right here, and let's just kill everything, right? So kill that stuff. Our applicant tracker. Our couriers. Okay. And there's something else that I'm curious about is when we initially did this approval, approved client, applicant, pending applicant. Let's see. I want to see where this is actually being done at. Where is that constructor being called at? Right here. And on view requested, where is this being called at? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, let's see, applicant ID. I'm trying to make sure that this doesn't get assigned. That's mock, no references, specification, registration. If I go in the Courier app, post application, here's the apply right here. That's the applicant ID right there. Okay, which is an empty string. So then the question is, who generates the ID, the client or the server? I'm thinking the server does, and it returns it back to the client. I'm thinking that's how it should work, and that's how it currently works. So it makes sense. Okay, so I deleted, are you still in here? You're still there. I deleted, well, I probably need to delete the stream too, right? Is the stream, nothing's in there, okay. Let's make sure account services is running. All right, let's relaunch this Courier. Oh shoot, I should probably make sure that it is uninstalled. Hold up. Yeah, uninstall. Scott speaking, how can I help you? Yes, how can I help you? All right, so say allow, and I got to fix this bug, but I'm not going to do it right now. Relaunch this again. So it brings up the registration page. I have a checklist. This right here. Fix map on customer app. That's done. Implement courier cash out component. Nope. Implement custom restaurant. Nope. So my goal was to have all this done. Not all of it, but I wanted to have the majority of this done by tomorrow. It doesn't look like I'm there. All right, so courier app is now bootstrapping. It should go to the compensation page. Let's get you, not compensation page, registration page. Let's get you registered, Scott. Go back. Scott, Nimrod, 555. Then ABC at abc.com, abc at abc.com. Okay. Publish registration. Okay. So it says, thank you for applying, application pending. Let's go back to the admin app. Launch you. All right, admin app is launching. By the way, just checking something. Refresh. If we look at the stream, refresh, we have our applicant ID. Okay. We view, we approve. That is going to do something. Approved has a GUID as the applicant ID. Say match. And then we do it and insert. Okay. And then what should be interesting is we call an update on here. And we can run that. And then this is partition key, row key. Our row key should now be a GUID, right? And then we say match, and it's either going to be some or none. That's fine over there. We know why it timed out. It should find it in, okay, it doesn't. So we call it find courier entity. Not applicant, but courier. And if it doesn't find it, then it creates it. So we say courier entity. I don't know what that's about. Excuse me. We just hit run. Okay. Now what? This is the admin app. We don't care about the admin app anymore. Now we want to rerun the Courier app. If we check our Azure storage tables, refresh, we'll see if we scroll over that we have applicant accepted. We have admin events, applicant applied. If we go to couriers, we will see a courier entry. Okay, cool. Now, if I relaunch the courier app, and select output on here. Hello. Okay. I'll be back. I don't know. Hold up. So it tells me that application has been approved. All right. If we go back to our Azure storage table, refresh, good. I only have one courier entity. That's what's up. All right, good stuff. Now, I'm going to subscribe. There's some things I could do up here, like put in the name of the person right here. Okay, so now I'm subscribed. I want to launch the customer app. Where's the customer app at? This right here. That's going to be running off of the Galaxy. What's this one right here? Which one's a Galaxy? This is a Galaxy right here, right? Okay. I wonder if that's my PlayStation. Look at that. Thank you. Oh. I wonder if this is what I think it is. I wonder if this is what I think it is. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Yeah. Okay. Come here. Yeah. You see a big grin on my face, right? You want to know why I got a big grin on my face? Is because. Hold up for a second. Stop sharing my screen. I have a public announcement. I got a public announcement. I got a public announcement. Oh, it's a public announcement, homie. Yeah. I've been waiting for you. Yeah, you don't know how many arguments I got into in lines at the mall, how many fights I was about to get into. I've been waiting for you. Oh, yeah. It's been a long time. Oh, yeah. We're going to play together. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You like that, don't you? Okay. I don't like the fact that he just left it next to the door without me signing off for it. But got my PlayStation 5. Look it up. I got my 65-inch OLED TV or OLED, whatever you call it. I got my Sonos Arc. I got my Sonos subwoofer. We're about to have a good time, man. All right, so let me go back to my. Let me go back. Y'all not seeing me on here. Let me go back over here. There's a couple of things that's wrong with this. This connection string is not being used. Is that okay? Quote, post delivery request. Yeah, the connection string is not being used. I got my PlayStation 5 on there. Of course, it's not going to compile. So it's safe for me to remove this right here. All right. Control Shift B. Some people can make the argument. Go back. Yeah, some people make the argument I could do this right here. Might be a little bit easier to read. Okay. Control Shift B. Yeah, homie. It's a toast. You know what? I probably shouldn't be drinking alcohol. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Based on medication I'm on. That wasn't a good idea. Okay. So let's see if this builds. No, it doesn't build. San Francisco. been waiting for that for a while. All right, so let's see if that builds. Doesn't build. It looks like I have to do a. What's this over here? No, this right here. Control Shift B. And meanwhile, let me stop sharing my screen for a second. I need to check my Azure portal. Hold up. Okay. It's not bad. See something else. Okay. Okay. Go back. Share my screen. Build. It builds now. Hit play. We got a courier on here. Bitcoin just broke $40,000. You know, 5 years ago, I owned 60 Bitcoins. Six and four is 24, right? So is that like 24 million, or is that? I can't do the math. Hold up. Where's my calculator? 60 times 40,000. Oh no, it's 2,400,000. Yeah, man. If I had the patience, which I don't, right? Because it's been like 5 years, my Bitcoin would have been worth $2,400,000 if I would have held on to it. But I mean, who's going to hold on to something for that long? And I think, like, yeah, I had like $50,000 worth of Bitcoin. So that $50,000 is now today worth $2,400,000. All right, so here's the let's have both of them up right now. We're subscribed. There's a couple things I want to check. One is if I go to couriers, you should be subscribed now. No, we got two. No, something's not right. It creates a second entry for couriers. I got to figure that one out. This is the right one. What if, if I toggle subscribe and hit play, what does that do? It deletes the whole thing. Scott speaking. How can I help you? I'm okay. How are you? All right. So the good news is I know what the issue is. Every time I subscribe or unsubscribe, it creates an entry. Um, so for example, no, hold up. It even does it up here. It has an update entity right there. All right. So for example, I can, if we notice, my Azure Storage table just has one entry, which it should. And when I hit subscribe, say OK, it should hit this breakpoint. That's weird. I'll do a refresh. Huh. That's weird. If I do unsubscribe, then it hits that endpoint. And then it'll remove it, right? And if I go back over here, hit refresh, it does that. So maybe it's this right here. So no courier, well, just the one courier that was created from the approval process. Hit subscribe. Now it hits the breakpoint that I recently placed. And this courier should have it has a different courier ID. Why does it have a different courier ID? We got to figure out why this thing has a different courier ID. Hit refresh, unsubscribe, and of course, can't do it from right here. Okay, Okay. This updated sync is being referenced where? Let me do that. This subscribe function right here. Put a breakpoint on submission. Hit refresh. Hit subscribe. All right. Our submission.courier. It's just pointing. It's pointing to a completely different courier ID. Okay. Do refresh, and then we'll unsubscribe, and it's going to delete it again. Okay. And we go back over here and we do a refresh. All right. So I got two observers now. So the question is, on my beachdelivery.courier, if I go to app.xamarin.cs, where does it pull the courier ID? Let me see. Courier ID. Right here. Okay. Let's relaunch this app. Do I need to close this app first? Probably. If I do that and then do that. Applications launching. Put a breakpoint on the start method of the application app.xamarin.co behind. Okay. Courier ID is this value. So the question is, why does it have a completely different GUID from the GUID that was generated as an applicant ID? Applicant is, applicant ID is still the same. Okay. So the applicant ID is still stored in here. The question is, let me think about this. Should a courier ID and applicant ID be completely different? Should a courier ID and an applicant ID be completely different? They both identify, they really identify the device. And there's a difference between if the courier exists versus if the applicant exists. Remember, an applicant, let me see something. Applicant tracker. I don't know what the best decision is on how to handle this. There could be a flag called is courier, and that can get set. Or it could just be you can just check Azure to see if that applicant ID is listed in the courier's table. Let's see where it actually gets stored at. Looks like this right here. Now it looks like where it's getting stored at. And registration status page. They say proceed. That looks like it. This request courier ID, that's not needed anymore. Just comment that out for right now. Comment this out right here. Say that right there. I mean, real talk, it looks like I just don't need any of this stuff. Whether it's connected or not, it looks like I just do this. Okay. And I mean, I guess we can keep things related next to each other. Control Shift B. Let's go back through here. Delete everything in streams. Okay. Applicant tracker, delete that. Do I need to delete that? Sure. Okay. Let's kill everything. So let's take a break. Say resolved courier ID not matching applicant ID. And we can close the courier out, a courier code base. Close the emulator. This courier service deleted dead code. Deleted dead code. I don't understand how they get away with this. I'm signing out. See ya.